Welcome back to another traffic battle video, and today I have the second week of the APL against MrCarbonite and his enigmatic mortars, I think. First of all, today's question of the day, because I don't know what to pick. I don't know the question, so is Lunatone made of cheese? Because I love Lunatone. Lunatone is one of the best tier 5s. Lunatone is amazing. I love Lunatone. It's pretty much Mushana, but better. but for real, is Lunatone made of cheese? Because the moon is made of cheese. We already know that's a very important discussion, but is Lunatone? That is the question of the day. I'll go over to my opponent's team first. As you can see, he has a Minior, a Durant, Galvanized Mega Charizard X, Miltank, Gliscor, Roserade, Tapu Fini, Hoopa Unbound, Hitmontop, and Dusclops. First of all, Minior is a very big threat if it gets a Shell Smash off, cannot get status, it's very bulky before its ability Shields Down activates, because that means it at 50%. It changes to this form. Before that it is the other form, this media form, which is way bulkier, and it's often like with power herb or white herb with or acrobatics and earthquake and stone edge. But I do have access to Piloswine for Ice Shard, so I could potentially solve that. Then is Durant. Durant is a huge threat. I don't really have a good switch into it with Hustle and Iron Head, X Scissor, Superpower. My entire team pretty much dies to it. I can outspeed it with some things, and it has absolutely horrible special defense, which I am definitely taking advantage of. And it's Galvanized with sticky webs, decently strong special attacker, also very frail, but it does what it does best, is to get up webs and be an annoyance to the opposing team. Can hit hard with Compound Ice Thunderous. Then he has Mega Charizard X, very big Dragon Dancing threat with Earthquake and Flare Blitz. Can Roost, bulky. Rocks are very important to keep this, to weaken this thing when it comes in. As a non-mega, he has Milting with Thick Fat, Zap Zipper, and Scrappy. All abilities could come, in my opinion. Scrappy to be able to be like mono body slam or turn or whatever and hit my Decidueye. Scrappy for, well, Thick Fat for Heatran, Curm, and Piloswine, and Zap Zipper also for the Decidueye. And then he has Gliscor, very bulky, poison, toxic or poison heal set on. Can be very bulky, lives pretty much any hit from everything. I don't really expect it because I do have 2 ice types and a lot of ice type coverage potentially on my team. Then Roserade, I expect Roserade to be like a Scarfer. Either this thing is Scarfed or Hoopa Unbound is Scarfed. Both could be Scarfed, but I only expect one to be Scarfed. Well, Hoopa could, I don't know, he could be dual Scarfers. Hits very hard, a lot of coverage, can hit Heatran with a Technician, Hidden Power Ground, and pretty much Oko it. Then a Tapu Fini, very bulky water type, also very bulky water fairy type, can take a lot of hits, can defog things away, can haze, can Calm Mind, Taunt, Nature's Madness, but it doesn't have, the only thing it lacks is recovery, which makes it very easy to chip down and keep low, able to be revenged by one of your harder hitting mons. And there's Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Unbound is very strong. I don't have switch-ins to this thing. If it gets up like a Z-Snatch, I know what to do, but it's very scary. Trick Room is also very scary, just a little bit less than Z-Snatch. Scarf is also scary, and I have to pick a sack or pick something, predict something, at least try to predict something to get an advantage, but it's a very hard one to play around. Then I hit Hitmontop, Intimidate, Fighting type moves. Only one of my mons on my entire team is hit neutrally by Fighting type moves. pretty much half of it is weak to it, the other half resisted. I don't really expect it to come. Can rapid spin, can intimidate, can mark punch, can sucker punch, can bullet punch, can do a lot of things, but it's not that strong. Even though technician aerial ace can do like 90% to a mega hero cross, and the Hypnotom is great, but not in this matchup. And this clubs is pretty much the only thing that can reliably eat a hit from my Mega Gallet at +2, but it's still extremely weak to knock off, and it's just really passive, really bulky, Bane Split with nearly no attack, well, nearly no HP, but it's not the biggest threat I'm afraid of. And the team I'm bringing this week is Balance Fine, if you like Tick Fat, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Ice Crash, very straightforward Stealth Rocks for the Mega Charizard, Max Fist Def to be able to live a hit from that, Earthquake to range that, Ice Crash, Earthquake also for it hits pretty much everything neutrally, and the things it doesn't hit neutrally, Ice Crash it super effectively, and Ice Shard is also very nice to revenge things like Rose Ray if it's scarred or just offensive, Minor if it's setup, and the Gliscor if it becomes a threat. Then a short stance Mega Gallery, Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Ice Punch. I do realize I cannot really hit the Dusclops very well, but everything else I do hit very hard. Feeny with Leaf Blade, Gliscor, Ice Punch, Galvantula is just really frail, and Ice Punch or Close Combat is gonna hurt. Rose Ray with Ice Punch, Miltank with Close Combat, Mega Charizard with Close Combat, Hoopa and Mount with Close Combat, Durant with Close Combat, Hypnotop with Close Combat, and the Minor with Ice Punch. And this thing outspeeds the Galvantula, and the rest in attack and a bit of very small HP. Then I have Greninja, Greninja with Extra Torrent, U-Turn, Ice Beam, Rock Slide, and Gunk Shot. Enough speed to outspeed the. Wait, this thing outspeeds the Durant, not the Galvantula. The Durant is just a bit faster. This thing outspeeds the. What's his fastest move? I think this also outspeeds his Durant. I didn't bother creeping the Minor out of its shell because it would probably be shell smashed at that point. U-turn for the Hoopa Mouth, guaranteed Okos. Ice Beam, guaranteed Oko, well not guaranteed, but does a lot of damage to the Gliscor. Rock Slide is there to not freely let the Charizard do something. And Gunk Shot for the Feeny hits things hard that it needs to hit hard. The rest it doesn't hit everything that hard, but if it needs to hit it hard, it hits it very hard, and that's very nice. Then I have my Wincon. Either this or this is my Wincon. Begin EMC, Roost, Quiverlance, Bug Buzz, and Sludge Bomb. This thing can set up on a lot of things, and the things that does, like its physical attacks that scare me are Hoopa Unbound, Durant, and Gliscor. Gliscor is like the only real threat, but if it's defensive it can't really hurt me. If it's offensive it dies to Quiverlance at +1. Hoopa gets demolished into the next dimension, and Durant has no def, and Bug Buzz at +1 Okos because of Tinted Lens, and that's very nice. I outspeed Feeny, I think. I don't know. I outspeed the 80 speed. I outspeed Hoopa Mount, guaranteed at neutral if it's not scarfed, and at +1 if it is scarfed. Then I Ambipom with Silk Scarf Technician, U-turn, Fake Out, Ice Punch in return. Silk Scarf to make Fake Out and return do a lot of damage. He doesn't have very good normal resist except for the Dusclops, and Dusclops doesn't want to take the knockoff. Wait, I don't have knockoff, but I can U-turn out into my Venomoth to set up on it. I outspeed the Durant as well. I can't really hit the Durant, but he doesn't know that I don't have Fire Punch unless he has seen all my 5 moves. Fake Out is very nice to be able to revenge something fast, like the Hoopa Unbound. It does like 50% to the Hoopa Unbound. The Rose Ray, the Galvantula. This is more than likely my lead, unless I have a way better lead. Then I have Rotom Wash with Default, Hydro Pump, Voltage, and Trick. Trick is the Choice Scarf trick to cripple the Miltank, the Feeny, the Dusclops, the whatever bulky he has. It's also very nice to be able to outspeed some things. like the hoop unbound if it's not scarf, and the rose rate if it's not scarf. A lot. I just like this thing. I like defensively, but I like it to outspeed things too, like the Torrent, because this is my Torrent switching. I have a bit of Fizz Def, outspeed something. I don't quite know what I outspeed. Probably Torrent +1 speed because of the scarf. With defog for the webs and the rocks and whatever, toxic spikes, and Hyper Volt Switch just for stabs. And I'll get right into the battle against MrCarbonite, as he decides to bring something I didn't expect to see. No Hope Unbound, no Mill Tank. This is really surprising. I'll update the layout really quickly. He did bring the Feeny, he didn't bring the Charizard, he didn't bring the Hoopa Unbound, he brought the Hitmontop instead. Hitmontop. He didn't bring the Durant, which I'm very glad about, and he brings the Galvantula instead. He didn't bring the Miltank either, and he brings Gliscor instead. And he doesn't bring the Roserite and brings the Minior instead. Nice shiny Minior. Looking at his team, there is no switching to my Ambipom. I'll just lead Ambipom as he leads with the Hitmontop. I can just easily go into Mega Gallade. Mega Gallade isn't threatened by this thing. What the hell is that set? How did that do so much? Let's import my sets. And let's import my Gallade if it's not Mega, because that's very important for this calc. That's not what I wanted to import. Gallade, not Gallade, Hollow Knight, Hitmontop. That is a very offensive Hitmontop. Just very offensive. Okay, that makes sense. I will just go for... Is there a reason not to go for Sword Stance? I'll go for Close Combat as he goes into the Tapu Fini. Okay, Tapu Fini, you're defensive, max physical defense. If it's like bold, that did more damage, 35%. That's like no defensive investment. Is it minus defense? What the hell is this set? Oh wait, this is regular Gallade. I'm stupid. Still not very bulky. Leaf Blade is 68 to 80%. I will not risk the Leaf Blade. I will just go into, as he crits my Rotom Wash, which isn't that big, as he woundless my Rotom Wash, staying in. I'll Volt Switch if he goes into Gliscor, I don't really care. And if he does, he risks the hydro bump. He doesn't know I'm scarfed, so I see this as a pretty free play. He goes into the hit on top, allowing me to go into this thing again. I'll just sword stand here as I go. Haha, get wrecked by inner focus. Haha. As I kill this hip on top, goes into the Galvantula. I don't really care. If it does go for webs, then I don't care. As he reveals that he is in fact choice scarfed, and I can just bug buzz here. That's enough damage off on this Charizard to where Z bug buzz I think kills. As I go into my Piloswine, I have the Earthquake here. If I don't Earthquake here, I pretty much lose. I live any hit. I'll update the layout because also, yeah, it's better. Rotom Wash is gone, and Hitmontop is also gone. I don't know what his play is. Ambipom is low-key looking amazing right now. I do have to realize I should not sack this thing off. I do need this thing still for mining up because it's a gigantic threat. As he goes into hit this Tapu Fini, I don't have a switch in. And I need to switch out. Venomoth. Charizard Mega X. Bug Buzz should do. Wait, it wasn't Mega yet. Charizard Bug Buzz should do about that damage if it's no Fizz Def at all. It's like the max roll if it's no Fizz Def at all. Right? Because it did 24%. So Charizard Mega X at +1 special attack. Z should always kill. Z absolutely demolishes him. So I don't need my Gliscor at all. As he goes Moonblast, killing that thing. I don't know how you can stop me from Quiver Dancing here. This goes into Mega Charizard and 7 Spin kills you. And that is a dead Mega Charizard. Where is it? Dead Mega Charizard and dead Greninja. This goes into this. What is more, Bug Buzz or Sludge Bomb? Isn't Sludge Bomb quad resisted? I'll go Bug Buzz. It's at this 69% exactly. I will. What will I do? I will switch out. Will I? I don't know. Should I? Okay, how do I win this game? Galvantula. I cannot allow Galvantula has to Bug Buzz to win. Galvantula isn't the biggest deal in the world. It can just fake it out and does a lot of damage. Do I need Venomoth? I don't. I do not need Venomoth. I'll just Bug again. As he goes for the acrobatics, killing me. I go for Ice Shard with my Pilot Swine on this Minior. Ice Shard should do a lot of damage. Minior, Meteor, Pilot Swine, Ember Junior. Ice Shard should do 32% minimum. Or it probably guaranteed kills. As it does, which is very nice. Minior is dead. And it goes into Delphini. I don't need this thing anymore. I'll look for Earthquake. As goes Moonblast, which I easily live. Knowing the damage, can Amipom live by hit? Because Amipom doesn't need health. Amipom absolutely doesn't need health. Tapu Fini, defensive, Moonblast would. Is this thing max special attack? Honestly, probably. Ambipom, I'm just happy. I live a Surf, I think. I do live a Surf quite easily, and Return destroys you. As I go into Ambipom on a Surf as I go for Return, forcing something to die pretty much. I don't need Ambipom. Wait, I do need Ambipom. I go into Pilot Swine on his Toxic. Haha, get wrecked by your own terrain. I don't understand. I will go for Earthquake, as I don't think you will ever stay in. Because why would you ever stay in on a Pilot Swine? I think this thing is still very necessary against my team. Although you disagree. Okay, you don't die to Ice Shard. Great. If he God damn it, why do you get me on all these plays? I don't. Why? Okay, that crit was very nice for me. That does suck. I will Ice Punch. And you die. And I lose to Revengela because I play like ass. And that. Why can I not play well with this team? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, I fake out here, but you don't die to fake out, I don't think. No, you don't die, and then I die because I am a stupid me. Why? I don't know why I cannot use this team. I probably made so many misplays. I should have never checked Venomoth. I should have. I don't know I don't know why I did what I did. What I did made no sense. I don't know. I don't know why I played so bad. This isn't my team. I'll try this, make this team work. I don't know how I can make this team work. No. No, I'll see you next time. I'm just very demoralized because I'm bad. Uh, but